Doing today? Give it a few minutes for everyone to join in. It takes a few minutes for people to get up, y'all. What's up, everyone? I have another idea. If it was at 70%. If it doesn't work, I have one more idea of what to do. It could just be the background. To be totally honest with y'all, I think it could just be the background. We'll see if we can. I'll think about it. We'll see, but it very well could be that, to be honest. Merry Christmas, Marco. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. I'll see how long I'm going to be live today. I might get off live a little early. Maybe I'll get on live a bit later tonight. Like late tonight if needed. I might go spend time with a little bit of spend time with family. So, we'll see. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. What about the verification? Me getting verified? Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I need more articles. I think I have like 2 of 4. But Dean got denied. I don't understand it. He has like 2 million followers and he got denied. Like, bro, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's crazy. What's up, Lily? What's good, everyone joining in? So, on this last live, we did have like 70, what's it called? We had 70% following, so we'll see if we can fix that. Yo, what's up, how are you? Driving. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Yo, I'm 23.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
For me, you gotta go. One big one is immigration, and he's gonna have less illegal immigration than Kamala.
Okay. Based on what policy?
Well, largely based on his rhetoric, right? He said no illegal immigration, and I feel like Kamala's record.
Just rhetoric, no policy?
Let it happen.
No policy? Just rhetoric?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, also, I'm sure he has policies, but like he had remain in Mexico and everything. So
just like what he says. So like let's look at his rhetoric. Let's look at he wanted to terminate all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. Do you accept that? Like, is that something that you think is good?
That's a non sequitur. That has nothing to do with what I said.
I promise you that's relevant. I promise you it's relevant. It's rhetoric. You guys always argue. You just say things. He's just saying things, right? It doesn't matter what he just says. It matters what we effectively do in terms of policy. Or are you arguing what matters most is what he says, right? Not the policy that he has.
I'm saying that he's saying he's going to be stronger on immigration than Kamala.
Oh, okay.
And do you really think...
But like through what? Like everyone says they're better than the other side. Okay? Tell me how.
Do you really think that Trump wouldn't have more illegal immigration than Kamala would?
I think that like he doesn't actually have like a setup of policy, and that he undermined a bipartisan border bill and caused more people to come in, and that there was more people coming into the country, not because of the policies that either side had, but simply because there was economic insecurity around the world because of global inflation, where it produced economic insecurity and incentivized people to come to the United States for economic security.
I think people are always going to come, and you just have to enforce the law, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Are you saying that we just like stopped enforcing the law? Are you saying Border Patrol agents just decided to not do their jobs?
I think they were hamstringed and they couldn't do their job.
What, by who? By what legislation?
How about your bipartisan border bill where they say
that wasn't passed? It wasn't passed.
But that's what they wanted.
Donald Trump called people in Congress to undermine it. So what particular policy limited them, like the Border Patrol agents, from enforcing immigration law?
I don't know what specific policy. Well, I'll actually say some. They had like this app where like all these
asylum seekers. That's illegal migration. Shelly, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much.
But it would have been illegal.
Nope, it's legal. It's the asylum process is legal. And that was related to the pandemic. I'm just letting you know. So that actually started under Trump's administration. But you didn't like care to look into that.
Well, it would have been illegal, except Biden changed.
No, that app started under Trump's administration during COVID.
And from what I've heard, and I don't know.
Yeah, that was to limit in-person contact. But like, I'm just letting you know.
Why do they have it now?
Well, because it was useful. That's like saying like, think of it this way: a lot of people went to remote work during COVID. A lot of those people ended up staying in remote work in plenty of circumstances to a higher degree than what existed prior, because they realized that it was still efficient for their companies. So they were okay with it because they then tried it.
What was it useful for? Letting more people into the country?
Allowing for people to get into the country through easier mechanisms. Like, for example,
I don't think
would you like people to have the ability to book their airline tickets online? Or should they have to go to the airline to go do it?
They can book it online.
Okay, yeah, and that's useful, right?
Well, I don't think people should.
You just want more people to come into the country? Merc, you just want more people to come into the country?
I want less people to come into the country.
Okay, then you want to stop tourism. Let's ban tourism, right?
I want less people to be permanent residents, new permanent residents in the country.
Oh, wait, why?
Because they're not American.
Why? That's only by your definition. Why do you want them to not be American?
Well, I think that the country is set up for Americans, and I think it should.
Yeah, and why aren't they Americans?
Because these people, they don't care about America largely. You have to admit that.
Undocumented immigrants don't care about America?
Yeah.
How do you justify that claim?
Well, most of them just come for personal reasons. You said it yourself. They're
for a better life. Isn't that what the American dream is?
Well, the American dream
isn't that the basis of why basically every single one of our ancestors came? Or are you only saying it's justified when you like kill, grape, destroy, and then take and steal their land?
I'm saying that people need to come in legally, and that people that come in illegally, they don't care about the rule of law. They just are crossing the border, and it's illegal, you know? And why would they have any loyalty to the country that they just illegally cross into?
Well, okay, so you understand that whether or not like someone has loyalty to a particular country doesn't define whether or not they should be a citizen. There are plenty of people that are quote unquote not loyal to the United States currently that live in the United States. Should we remove their citizenship?
No, but
why not? Why not?
They should be patriotic.
Okay, so then why don't you say the same thing for people who are immigrating here? You say, quote unquote, they should be patriotic, but you don't limit them from coming to the country because you deem them as, quote unquote, less patriotic with no fucking evidence.
What do you think? People that don't like the country should be let into the country? Is that your argument?
Wait, so like, it wouldn't make sense that someone would want to immigrate to the United States if they don't like the country.
Yep, sure.
Right. That, like, think about this, Mark. Would you immigrate to the United States if you didn't like the country at all?
If it was going to be better for me personally, sure.
Okay, well then that means you probably like that it's better for you, right?
Yeah, I like that it would be better for me.
Yeah, so that sounds like you like it. When you say like, you mean you prefer it to others, right?
What?
You prefer being in America to other places. Like, do you believe it? Do you believe immigration is a fundamental tenet of the United States history?
Yeah, I mean, it was part of the founding, yeah. But it was set up for Americans and people already existing in the country.
No, it was for people to immigrate from other countries around the world.
I mean, they started off as like people coming from England and everything, but they weren't. It was very controversial to bring more people in the first place.
So you say it was very controversial to bring people in, right? That doesn't mean that it was wrong. I'm asking you, do you think it was bad? Do you think it was bad that we let people immigrate into the country?
I think some immigration is fine. I think it needs to be limited, you know, and I think Trump will hopefully limit it more.
Why do you want it to be limited more rather than less according to our current system?
Because I believe that the people will come in, they're going to take opportunities and resources that should be going to Americans.
What makes you think that they're taking and not providing?
Because there's only so many amount of like jobs and resources.
Well, don't you think that it increases the size of the economy?
Overall, I think it does, but you have to look at who it's accruing to. It's cheap labor for corporations, and then
they can't demand any they can't demand like a wage any lower than what currently is. like
Yeah,
the minimum
the-
wage. Then if you want them to not be so quote unquote low wage, increase the federal minimum wage. Increase the federal minimum wage. Do it. Why
And
don't
you
you do
think
that?
that you think that will stop immigration?
No, that doesn't stop immigration, but it.
Whoa.
But whoa, your fucking mic, bro. Fix that shit. Jeez, that was so loud. That was so loud, bro.
Am I good?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry,
I
what
don't
were we
know
just
what
saying?
that is. So your solution to illegal immigration is raise the minimum wage?
The minimum wage? Yeah. It's not illegal. No, sorry. I answered that incorrectly. So in terms of in terms of undocumented immigration, well, I'm just arguing, or not undocumented immigration. Immigration is in general. Fucking hell.
Dude, is that me?
Yes.
That's not me.
Yes, it is. That's you. That's you. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That like made me like fucking brain not work. That sound is so loud. It like overstimulated the hell out of me. I couldn't even think, bro. It's the gift. What gift is it? I don't know. I don't know what gift, chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yes. How are you?
Yeah, did you vote Trump?
Yes. No, I don't vote for him. Yes, I vote for him.
Okay, well, don't vote, you didn't vote, and then you did vote. I'm confused. Let's go to the next person. Fireheart. Yeah, please don't send that one, everyone. If that's what happens, like that really overstimulated me.
I love you, Parker! Ah!
Appreciate you, W fetus. W fetus. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Oh my God, Parker!
Okay, all right, let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Maybe this tells me it's sending out, you know? I'll take it, like, if that's true, you know? A win's a win. A win's a win, you know? What's up, how old are you?
Yo, what's good, little man Parker? How you doing tonight?
Did you vote Trump?
Of course,
Why so?
because he's a better candidate.
Okay, why so?
Well, besides being a man, he's got better policies.
Besides being, okay, so you think because he's a man, he's a better candidate?
Yeah, of course, that's one of many reasons.
But, okay, what about being a man makes someone a better candidate for president, please?
Well, because I would never, me personally, right, as a world leader, I would never take a woman serious in any type of foreign.
Why not? Why not? Can you tell me why? Because that just sounds like misogyny.
Well, so it is to an extent, right? So basically, this is how it works. Look at countries like Dubai and a lot of the other Middle Eastern countries, along with Russia being a majority. North Korea could be another one we could point out. A lot of these other countries, when they see a woman, right, because you have to remember the rights that women have in those countries, right? Very limited rights compared to the American women.
You know that there have been other women leaders around the entire world, right?
Of course, but if you notice, like the Honduras,
and they were respected to a higher degree around the world than Donald Trump.
that's false, because if you look at the countries,
according to John Bolton, Trump's ex-national security advisor, one of them at least, they literally said that that Trump is like a laughing fool to foreign leaders around the world.
so you look at countries like India, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, a lot of these other countries, even the Philippines, a lot of these countries that did have women presence, they were really torn down and torn apart. Nothing good happened. So can you please tell me?
Can you tell me one particular leader that was a woman that did one thing that was bad? Tell me one specific thing they did that was bad.
No. Actually, I got one better for you. How about you tell me one woman that succeeded?
Actually, let me ask this question.
No.
I have a really specific question. I'll answer whatever questions you have after this. Just please let me ask this one. Name 3 of the biggest mistakes in human history.
3 of the biggest,
or not mistakes, bad things done.
That's subjective. You can.
I'm asking you specifically.
Oh, me specifically. So I think
just names 3 of some of the biggest things.
Well, so
it doesn't have to be in order or anything like that. Just name 3.
From a president or from just society?
Anything, yeah.
Yeah, so crimes like such as murder, rape, and also things like Let's see, what's another one? Yeah, abuse of children, things of that nature.
Okay, so who predominantly commits those?
Men. And who do they predominantly get committed to?
What do you mean? What does that mean? What is that? What?
So it means women tend to be the victims, correct?
Oh, he got a hate speech, hateful behaviors. Yeah. So he just acknowledged the patriarchy creates bad conditions for women. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna touch you, Parky. Hello.
Ever since the video went viral, Maggie, thank you so much for the $10. Gia, thank you so much for the $4. And Jessica, thank you so much for the $5.
Hello.
Merry Christmas Eve. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm back, bro. It seems like your chat got a little sensitive here. So basically, right, what I was saying is...
Oh, is that the same person? Are you on a different account?
Yeah, exactly. So to answer your question, right, basically...
I'm still just going to kick you anyway. I don't want to talk to you anyway. I'm on the main account. I'm not risking it today. Okay? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 18. I was born in 06.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
I think Trump has better policies in regards of like his trans beliefs. Like I believe that we shouldn't have trans athletes in sports, and I've had firsthand experience.
Alice, thank you so
As
much
to
for the
why.
description. You know how many trans athletes are in the NCAA?
Not exactly, no.
Less than 10. Guess how many people who are athletes in the NCAA? Over 500,000. So why are you making an
Wait, what'd you
issue?
say?
Why are you making an issue of trans athletes when they make up 10, less than 10 out of 500,000 of the NCAA? For the script.
Because it's objectively, it gives them advantage. They're like, what do you mean? Like they're still allowed
After
to compete,
multiple years of HRT and after,
no, in high school. What about in high
after
school?
not having male puberty.
Do you think they go through HRT like in high school?
Wait, specifically not going through a male puberty, what particularly would they have an advantage?
They don't go through male puberty.
Yeah, if they
You
did
don't think
puberty
any of them go through
blockers.
male puberty?
No, I'm saying that are you saying it's okay for trans people to compete so long as that they specifically had puberty blockers and then didn't go through a puberty?
I think if they'd gone through puberty blockers, like if they didn't go through puberty, I think it should be. But like biologically speaking, men have like larger bone structures. They still have like naturally more testosterone. And it's just objectively, it's unfair. If you look at biology, if you look at the facts, trans athletes, I don't know how they are allowed to like
Okay, so
compete.
can you give me any evidence that like high schoolers who are trans, who are trans women specifically, have some significant advantage over cis women when they haven't gone through a male puberty? Can you show me any evidence
High schoolers
of that?
will usually have gone through puberty already.
Can you show me any evidence of that? And also, like, to say that this is like, to bring this up, by the way, as the reason why you're voting for a guy that was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman is insane. Because you're like, oh my God, women's rights when it comes to women's sports, but not women's rights when it comes to Donald Trump bragging about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place, bragging about grabbing women by the vagina without asking, and literally being held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. Like, where are you when it comes to any of those things, or restricting women's access to abortion, even in instances in which they've been assaulted?
No, Trump actually he said that I don't think he's actually going to try to restrict women's access to abortion. He said that he would overturn the
He already did,
bill
yeah.
passed in Florida that said that banned abortion after 6 weeks.
He already did. He put people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade. 3 different judges of the Supreme Court out of 9. Okay. That changed the determination. He bragged about it. He literally bragged about it.
I don't think he has the intention of banning all abortion.
No, I'm not saying he's banning all abortion. What I'm saying is he left it up to the states, which led to in certain states having restricted access to abortion, and instances in which they've been assaulted because of their state's abortion laws, where they were able to restrict it prior to viability, whereas prior for 50 years they were not able to do so through Roe versus Wade. And he bragged about it. And you voted for it, and like you're gonna come on my live and you're gonna be like, oh my God, women's rights when it comes to women's sports, when 10 out of 500,000, less than 10 out of 500,000 people are trans, not let alone all of people who are typically trans, they're not like dominating these sports, right? Leah Thomas.
Do you think do you not acknowledge that they have an advantage? Do you just not acknowledge that they have an advantage?
Michael Phelps is an
I
advantage.
don't think.
Michael Phelps is an advantage, and also any advantage that you
He's
can
male.
demonstrate, you'd have to demonstrate that. Push the team victory. You have to demonstrate specifically, right, that they would
That they
have such
have-
an advantage that you'd want to restrict them from playing.
They have different like bone structures that they have like naturally like larger bones that they have more testosterone. What do you mean you demonstrate an
No,
advantage?
those are
Like, this is-
significantly less prevalent that you're referencing, especially if you have not gone through a male puberty.
I think most trans athletes, you think none of them go through male puberty? I think there are definitely quite a few that have.
I'm not saying all of the people who have not gone through a male puberty. What I'm saying is that those standards exist on international scales where they specifically allow for some trans people to play in these sports. You're arguing we should just get rid of all trans people, and it's not because of an argument. It's because you're trying to be transphobic. That's totally it. You're
I'm not
voting for the guy
trying
who
to
wants to ban trans people from the military. You're voting for a guy who wants to restrict trans people from playing in sports,
I don't agree- I
regardless
don't
of whether or
agree
not
with
they have an
everything that-
advantage.
No, I don't agree with everything that Trump's not a perfect person. Like no one thinks that he's a perfect person, okay? But I just believe that his beliefs on trying to eradicate trans people in sports. I think that's correct. Like I don't know how you're saying that they don't have an advantage.
Well, I've known trans people in sports that did not.
Yeah,
have
I've
an
known them
advantage.
too.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Most trans people don't have some like crazy advantage.
I
in
don't
these
know how you're
sports, bro.
arguing this.
I don't know what
Do
you're
you not
talking
acknowledge-
about.
Like men and women, I think we should be equal on like on cognitive abilities. We should be able to have the same like opportunities. But I think like on a biological
Wait, what
level,
did you
have to
say?
acknowledge
Eradicate?
Huh?
What'd you say? Eradicate? Where's that mustache?
I said trans athletes in sports.
Yeah, so like again,
I think there are certain
that
instances, like,
means there are
someone's
no
interest, like, I don't
instances.
know what to do.
Wait, so
Huh?
so let me give you a circumstance. Let's say that there's a trans person with no biological advantages to the typical cis woman.
How would you
Are
prove no
saying-
biological
Yeah,
advantage?
yeah,
How
yeah.
would that be possible?
I can show you circumstances.
If they've
but
gone through,
Cynthia, it's
blockers?
can I go through the hypothetical, please?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Let's say that's true. Would you, in that circumstance, restrict them?
If they've had no biological like, advantages.
If they don't have a biological advantage that would be relevant towards the sport.
Like golf, if they're, I don't know how is that. I feel like, I think, yeah, I guess I'm not really sure about that. Okay, I guess I feel like, if they have no biological, I think you have to prove that in some case, and I think they would be able to.
Why don't you have to prove that there is a
compete.
biological advantage?
No, do not acknowledge that men and women are different. That men typically
Yeah, I don't
are
consider
stronger, they have-
consider trans women men. One, two is in terms of trans
But
women.
biologically, okay, their sex,
Plenty
their
meet
gender,
the
they're
criteria
different.
that I'm referencing. And secondly, again, you didn't address the fact that you literally are not acknowledging women's rights when it comes to any other circumstance. So, like, do you
No, what
actually
mean
care
I'm
about
not
women's
acknowledging
rights?
Of course, I care about women's rights.
What
do you mean
about
I'm not acknowledging women's rights?
access to abortion when they were held civilly, when Trump was held civilly liable of sexually abusing women, when he bragged about grabbing women by the vagina without asking, when he specifically bragged about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place? What about any of those circumstances? Why didn't you address
Morally-
any of those?
Okay, I am going to address those.
Okay,
Morally, I don't think
you're
fu-
16. People in the chat are saying she's 16 in the Discord, so I'm gonna trust the Discord chat. But like that's just such an insane view, bro. Like,
Your crows.
yo, what's up? How old are you?
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the number one.
Oh, people are saying her best friend. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's get to 250,000 likes. Share the live as well. Yeah, if they're 16, they didn't vote. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yeah, I'm gonna go better safe than sorry. I feel like the entire Discord spamming it, like the likelihood of it being true is just pretty high, you know? That doesn't typically happen in the Discord, you know? Discord's in the bio. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Wow, really? And that was nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alicia, thank you.
Yo,
for
what's
the
up, how old are
description. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up? How old are you?
How old are you?
How old are you?
Are you just trying to like mimic me? I'm just asking, bro.
I'm 20.
Okay, did you vote Trump?
Yep.
Why so?
I gotta hang out. I literally just got on and I got on live. Like I hit request and you like let me join. So all right,
Take description. Are you gonna tell
I'll
me?
see you later. I voted for Kamala Harris.
Okay. All right. Dinner's ready. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Jay, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much. Tessa, thank you so much for the $25 for happy holidays to you and Marge. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Tessa. Thank you. Maggie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I just wanted to say you're a fucking faggot.
Okay, well, you're crazy. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why so?
What was the alternative?
Voting for Kamala Harris?
Why?
Well, because she influenced to get past good policy like the Infrastructure Bill, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. And she passed an American Rescue Plan with Joe Biden, specifically that reduced childhood poverty by 40 to 50%, which she was going to implement that plan long term through an increase in the child tax credit.
And she passed all those bills?
Yeah, she helped pass this. She influenced to get them
No, she did pass those bills?
Yeah, she influenced to get them passed.
Oh, no, wait a minute. She influenced or she did?
Yeah, that's like it has to go through Congress, right? Like she's influencing that policy to get passed. Like that would be like what a president does based upon like the way that you're analyzing it. If you're only saying that they have to be the ones to pass the bill specifically, they would specifically have to be the ones to like set the tie, set the vote. And that would mean that no president has any accountability for anything that's passed. So then Trump didn't cause the TCGA. But secondly, we can also say that she did the most tie-breaking votes of any vice president ever. So she actually did get it passed. Yes, so tie-breaking votes did pass them herself.
So she passed all those bills on her own?
No, I never said on her own. Why'd you add the second addendum?
Well, you said she passed.
Yeah, because she was the tie-breaking vote.
Well, that's awesome. She's a fantastic person.
Okay. All right. So, like, what's the reason why you thought that Donald Trump was a better candidate than her after all the things I just mentioned about her?
Well, again, she had a lot of joy going for her. That's fantastic. I would agree. Don't you agree with that?
Say that one more time, sorry?
She had a lot of joy going for her.
Okay.
And of course, on the other hand, during the Biden administration, which she was part of, would you agree?
Okay.
Would you agree with that? Yes or no?
She was in the Biden administration, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we had...
Tasneem, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Tasneem.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry.
Okay. So we had the Ukraine war break out. Is that true? Yes or no? I'm sorry, sir. What was that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like in 2014, there was the annexation of Crimea. You could technically determine that.
That would be Obama.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
Okay, but that's not. So under Biden and Harris, is that right?
It wasn't. I mean, sure, yeah. What's your point there? If you want to reference just what happened under the administration, 65 military members died in conflict under the Trump administration, comparative to 16 under the Biden-Harris administration. Do you blame Trump for the 65 military members that died in conflict?
Yes.
Okay.
So under the Biden-Harris administration, Ukraine broke out, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And then Gaza broke out, yes or no?
Like I wouldn't just like classify this to like begin then. Like that has like literally like 70 plus years of history behind it. To say that like it just happened then is like wild.
70 years only? You don't think that's been going on forever?
I said over 70 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that over. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's my bad. I'm sorry. So we have 2 wars going on, correct? Yes or no?
What are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out why we would want to vote for somebody who went for 0 wars to now we have 2 conflicts. Is that
We had
correct?
plenty of wars under Trump. You know that there was Syria, there was literally a veto of a blocking an arms deal to Saudi Arabia, which they used to commit a genocide in Yemen. 430% increase in military drone strikes in the Middle East. Assassination of a top military general in Iran. Right, like there was plenty of conflict under Trump's administration. I don't know why we act like there was none.
No, you're 100% right, sir. 100% right. I agree. I give you that. No administration is perfect. Would you agree with that? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm not saying any administration is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would you agree with that? Inflation or prices of goods went up a little bit during the Biden/Harris administration? Yes or no?
Yeah, the prices did go up.
Yeah. And of course, that's all based upon the world economy, correct? Not what Biden.
Yes, there was global inflation. It wasn't caused by the Biden-Harris administration.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Had nothing to do with Biden/Harris.
Well, I mean, you could say that there's some marginal effect of spending, but that would be worse with Trump because Trump signed off on more debt-related spending.
So, if you had to pick a leader of your country, would it be a strong person or a weak person?
Yeah, I would pick the strong person, Kamala Harris, over the weak person, Donald Trump.
So you would consider Trump a weak person, correct?
Absolutely.
In what retrospect? Well,
mentally, like he's mentally incompetent. He literally thought that. Yeah, he's like mentally incompetent. He literally thinks that windmills are killing whales in numbers never seen before.
Okay, so Trump is mentally incompetent.
Absolutely.
However,
he's cognitively declined.
Okay,
honestly, I think Elon Musk is taking over. Like honestly, like I think that Trump is taking a backseat, right? Like he's just letting everyone, he's sitting back, letting everyone take over.
I understand that, and I can appreciate that. Believe me, I really can. I can see where you're coming from on that one. As far as cognitively declined, do you think Joe Biden was never cognitively declined when he was in office and still is in office?
No, he totally is. But like, I'm running the same argument you guys ran about Biden.
Well, just for a moment. So if he is, and he's still the president, who's running the show?
Do you understand that I was running that like ironically?
Oh, so you think Joe Biden is 100% on top of it?
I don't think he's 100% on top of it, but I do think he's like the president, yeah.
You don't think he's the president? Who's the president?
No, I said I do think he's the president.
Okay, so who's running things if he's cognitive? You said he was cognitively defined, right?
Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean he's not running things. Now, obviously, there are other types of decisions that are done by other people within Congress, within his administration, and plenty of different types of things. But that doesn't change anything. That's what every president does. Every president delegates tasks to people of their administration.
Well, delegation is one thing. However,
Victoria, think of the $5. Thank you so much, Jesse. Think of the $1.
If an individual is unable to make decisions or show up to appointments or make meetings, are they on top of the ball?
Like what meetings did he not go to?
Well, it came out in the New York Times again. New York Times.
Hey, he went to my meeting. I saw him.
That's awesome. And
he went to like our reception. I saw him.
Oh,
he made it there. He was walking around.
Oh, he was walking.
Yeah, he was totally fine.
No.
Yeah, I'll admit that Joe Biden like sometimes will be like he'll not be as quick with like addressing a particular point, right? Because he's older now, but like he can still like address things.
Like what?
It's just not to like what I would want from a president.
Well, he is the president though.
Of course, right? And he's still better than Donald Trump. I'm just letting you know, right? But it is the case that it is the case that neither of them, neither of them meet the particular requirements that I would want from a president of the United States.
And what do you want from the president of the United States?
Yeah, I want them to be younger. I want them to like, obviously I believe in age caps specifically. So like I want them to be younger. I want them to be more mentally there, right? Like
I would agree with that.
It's not like a dig towards anyone. It's just that like when you hit a point of retirement, right? We like that's retirement age, right? I don't know why we would want people who are like 78, 80 years old in presidency, right?
I agree.
That's the time where you like you spend in retirement, you hang out with your family. That's not the time where you're president of the United States, right? In a preferable sense.
I think you're right.
Now, I would still prefer Joe Biden over Donald Trump because Joe Biden has significantly better character. Joe Biden had significantly better policy, right? Plenty of things.
I agree with most of everything you've said. I think you're 100% right. I agree with that. I really do. Unfortunately, the choice came up to the way our system is set up now is it's either one side or the other side. Would you agree with that?
Like, of course, like it's just we can pick one or the other, yeah.
It's either Republican or Democrat. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, and like it's very obvious the better choice is Kamala Harris over Donald Trump, right? That was the better choice by far.
Well, it depends on how you look at things or how you perceive things. Would you agree with that? No, you can't.
No, dude. Like, dude. Like, if you, no, I don't think
you can't give me a kudos for saying.
No, I'm not gonna say that like someone is just as valid for saying I feel like Trump is better without any good reasoning comparative to the reasoning I've just provided. I'm not gonna act like that's the same.
Okay, if I said, I remember when gas was $1.80 a gallon.
What about it?
No, really.
Did you know gas was lower in 2016 than any point under Trump's administration?
It was $1.80.
Yeah,
actually,
in 2016 under Obama.
No.
Wait, when do you think Trump became president?
It was 20. Gosh, I forget what year it was. 2018?
No, 2017. So 2016, Obama was president, correct?
Mm-hmm. Let me think back. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're a smart guy. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So like if Obama was president then and gas was lower than what it was at any point under Trump's administration, then how can you use that point against
2017 or 2018? It was after the election. After Trump.
No, 2016 was a lower point. There was a point that was lower in 2016 than any point under Trump's administration, including COVID. And COVID, it went really low because of people staying at home.
Actually, gas went up.
During COVID, dude, I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to drive.
Yeah. And if you did, you would have known, right? I'm sorry. I drove too, bro. Like, I'm sorry, and I've looked at the gas numbers, like this level of like no, actually it was like really high. No, basic economics tells you that it was really low because people were staying at home more. Jeez, bro. Not only does economics tell you that, the EIA tells you that, right? And my experience tells me that. So, like, what are you gonna tell me, bro? Please.
I think I'm gonna tell you, you're a smart guy, and I like you. You really are. And you study up. And I really like that. I appreciate that. And that's one reason I come in here once in a while and listen to you. And your other people that come on. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dork about this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, I remember the Trump years. No offense. I hate to say the name Trump because that throws up a red flag, and everything. Oh my gosh, it's a terrible guy. And I agree. He's not a great guy. He is not a great guy. His background, his ethics, not a great guy. I agree with that. Would you give me that much? Would you agree with that?
Obviously, I mean, he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing women. He tried to coup the country by sending false slates of electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win. He bragged about grabbing women by the vagina with a mask.
Okay, all right.
I can go off on a million things. He's a horrible person.
You don't have to.
He's legitimately a horrible person and should spend every single day of his life in prison.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
no, I actually believe Trump for prison.
Don't wear yourself out. It's okay, man. Don't wear yourself out. I'm not disagreeing with that stuff. However, on the other hand, when was the last president that walked across in North Korea?
Kim Jong-un? Yeah. That was just a photo op. We got nothing.
Oh, really? And presidents don't do photo ops every day?
No, but we didn't get anything else from that. Melinda, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Melinda. Stacy, thank you so much for the $1. And Gabriella, thank you so much for the $2. Jesse, thank you for the $1. Thank you. Chris, I have a question. Would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Well, I have a question for you. And you don't like that when your question is answered with a question. I know nobody likes that.
If it's conceptually relevant.
If you knew the other person's opponent, Miss Harris, it was very obvious how she got to the top. I'm not going to go there. Believe me, I'm not going to go there.
Bro, the misogyny is crazy, bro.
I'm not going to go there.
Who did she have sex with, Chris? Who did she have sex with to be the VP?
Nothing's proven. Nothing's known. Nothing's spoken about it.
And by the way, even if you do assume that to be true, let's say she did sleep her way to the top. Why don't you blame the men who created the system where women have to do that to be able to get in positions of power? Why do you blame the women who are the victims of such a terrible patriarchal system that promotes so much violence that in order for them to be able to get themselves out of violence, they have to do things such as that to be able to get into those positions, to help other women out, to ensure that other women have rights, ensure that other women have dignity?
Man, Jackson, you are a smart guy. I would never do that, and you're right. You are right. I wouldn't do that. However, at the same time, it's like, it's so hard. It's so hard to discuss that type of thing, you know?
And if you realize that it's so hard to talk about that type of thing, well, then we have to clearly indicate that Donald Trump is such a terrible guy, and it makes you so uncomfortable because there's not a defensible position to hold in support of this man.
However, if you separate the two, the professional from the personal, put a line between the two, then what do you come up with, sir?
Say that one more time.
If you draw a line between the professional and the personal, draw a line between them. Divide them. Okay? Well, then what do you have?
What? I'm confused what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean.
Draw a line. You have the professional side, you have the personal side. The personal side, pathetic. Right? We agree on that.
How do you make? No, are you just trying to distance him from the terrible things he's done, like sexual abuse of a woman, right? Of bragging about grabbing women about the vagina without asking. Is that somehow separate from who he is as a person? because that public person,
No.
inevitably speaking, is predicated off
Well-
of personal things that he's done in his life.
Close. You're getting that.
That's like saying that you judge an actor or an actress off of how they present themselves in a particular movie as a particular character. Or you wouldn't judge them based upon how they are as a person. You would
No.
judge them based upon who they were in the TV show.
No. Okay, so you have, no, not actors or actresses. Okay, you have an individual who professionally is very successful. Okay? Is very, you understand that, right? Yeah?
He inherited lots of success.
Okay, fine. And built upon that. Would you agree with that?
I don't see that why that's relevant. Sure.
Okay, so professionally successful. Personally,
Lee, I think you're the $5.
Terrible.
You know what he got successful off
Terrible.
of? The backs of literally hurting other people and exploiting them.
oh, okay, well, okay, can you name one?
Yeah, fraud. He was
No, name one person.
What do you mean? One person, the taxpayer,
What taxpayer?
the taxpayers within New York.
In what way?
So, like when he commits like fraud, that negatively impacts the taxpayer according to the core documents. Right. I was just saying what the impact is specifically of him particularly engaging in getting a loan without actually having those particular funds because he lied about how much collateral he was putting in place.
And yet, if I believe correctly, they all came back and said, we made money off the guy. We would give him more loans.
That doesn't mean that like he didn't pay taxes on it.
Okay, so most rich people don't pay taxes. Or
There
very
you go. Now you're just like, okay, it's okay that he did that. You know, it's okay that he took money from the taxpayer. You know, it's fine. You know, especially it's okay when he took tax money from the taxpayer,
that's
like when he
the way it's
specifically
set up.
engaged in $140 million of taxpayer-funded golf trips. That was totally fine. You know, he's a billionaire, but he had to use the $140 million for tax-funded golf trips. You know, that he had to do that. It was necessary.
How much do you think Bill Gates has paid in tax in the last year or two?
Probably more than Trump. I can look it up.
How about Zuckerberg?
Probably more than Trump.
Probably. They're worth more than him. They should.
Okay. So then people who are worth more should also pay more taxes who are like billionaires, right? Comparative to middle class people.
It depends how they.
Depends. You see how he said depends? What a fucking snake, dude. I'm sorry. That's so disgusting. It's so disgusting to be like, yeah, no, to be like, yeah, no, like I want people who have more to pay a higher tax, but then like when it comes to like billionaires compared to working class people, then you're like, oh, it depends. Like what?
Well, why?
Why do you care so much about billionaires?
I could care less about billionaires. I'm never going to be a billionaire. Are you?
None of us are. Okay, that's the exact point I have here. Is that we shouldn't put so much into saying that billionaires can have so fucking much, while everyone has so fucking little, right? We need to say that, oh, the people who are rich because they're rich because of everyone in society. Well, then I think maybe that means that they should have to give back some to society. And that means more than what the typical person is giving because they can afford to do that. It doesn't take away from their basic food, from their basic trips. It doesn't take away from their health care, their medicine. It doesn't take away from their kids getting education, right? You know what it takes away from? Another yacht. Another multi-million-dollar yacht.
Okay. So nothing
Or a
wrong with
Bugatti, right?
What's that?
Or a Bugatti. I'd rather take away a Bugatti from a billionaire than take away food from children. You agree with me there? I care a hell of a lot less about a billionaire having a Bugatti than I care about, than I care about specifically, sorry, I'm wording this incorrectly. I care more about providing food for people, right, than I care specifically about taking away a Bugatti from a billionaire.
Well, I don't think anybody here that's listening to us would disagree with that. I think you're 100% right. And I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. However, what I would say is there are other ways to distribute the wealth from the rich than there are through the government system. Would you agree with that? More efficient.
Yeah, I'm not saying just taxing people who are rich pays for everything. What I'm saying specifically is that they have got to be paying their fair share. That's so fundamental. It's so fundamental, right?
Okay,
because it is the case that we, as a society, provide the conditions for them to be so fucking wealthy.
That's fine.
I'm not saying take everything. I'm saying it's justified to take up to 50%. Totally is.
50%?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
If there are doctors and lawyers being taken 50%, why aren't the multi-billionaires paying 50%?
long story short,
Greed.
tax system.
Greed.
No, not
Corporate
greed.
influence over politics. That's what it is.
There you go, right there. Say that
greed.
again.
That's corporate influence over politics predicated through greed. Predicated off of greed.
No, you're right. I agree with you. You're 100% right there, sir.
Yeah, it's caring more about billions of dollars in your fucking control than people having food, right? Like literally reducing childhood poverty. That's what Kamala Harris's tax plan did, right? It would have, when implemented in 2021 through the American Rescue Plan, it reduced childhood poverty by 40 to 50%. That, if passed again, would continue to do that, whereas Donald Trump's tax policy gave massive tax breaks to billionaires and rich people.
Before we go all political on this, but you're 100% right. I agree with you, sir. You're 100% right. Okay? I agree with you. However, they play both sides of the game. Billionaires donate to both sides. They do not just a billionaire.
I'm not saying they don't, but if a billionaire is trying to push people to tax the billionaires more, then what inevitably is happening?
No.
Is it something that establishes conditions, right, in which corporations would profit significant amounts on at the expense of other people, or does it create conditions in which strive for positive and good change? Are there some billionaires that do good things? Yes, I'm not saying that you can't be a billionaire and do good things. What I'm saying is that as a billionaire, you have an obligation to your society to provide, and you'll still be a fucking billionaire if you give up half of it. You'll still be a fucking multi-billionaire, right? Donald Trump would still be a multi-billionaire, okay? Elon Musk would be a fucking multi-billionaire.
I agree. You're right. I agree.
Why do you need more than a multi-billion dollars? That'd be insane to say. Like, all right, well, Chris, is there anything else you'd like to talk about or add?
Well, I just want to say, man, it's nice talking to you. I mean, I think we agree on a lot of stuff. I mean, would you agree with that?
Well, it seemed like you agreed with some of the stuff I just brought up.
Yeah, I mean, but in the long run, would you agree with a lot of the stuff we talked about?
Well, I mean, the stuff that I said, yeah, absolutely.
The stuff you said, but nothing that I said, right?
Well, Chris, like, can you give me something specifically that I disagreed with that you said that you think I should have agreed with?
Oh my goodness, I'm not going to go down a wormhole on that one. I'm just going to say, look, both sides are playing the game. I mean, I should say, the individual or the corporations, they're playing both sides. I mean, so they're donating to both sides of the parties, each party. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I agree with you there. I'd never disagree with that.
So it's almost and this term has been used so many times, I hate to bring it up. It's almost a uni-party when they're elected.
No. I very much disagree with that.
Okay. However, at both sides, at the end of the day, excuse me.
All right, well, Chris, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you, Chris. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you
Happy
too.
holidays.
Take care, okay?
You as well. All right. Let's go on to the next person. I think it's not pushing on this account. I'll have to think about what to do. You have to.
Merry Christmas, hello.
Merry Christmas. Did you vote Trump?
Yep.
Why so?
Well, I'll tell you this, but you gotta promise not to like judge me if I say this.
Well, that's impossible to debate.
All right, because I did that just purely out of self-interest. My dad makes over $400K a year, right? And I'm in college right now. So I wanted him to get a tax cut, and after I'm done with college, Trump's no longer going to be in office, right? His term is going to be ended. He can't like re-elect or be re-elected. And after that, I'm going to get a
Am I
job.
live before?
No.
Okay, so you understand that it's only like a 4% increase on taxes over 400K, right? Only on the income over 400K.
Yeah.
So you care more about that than you care about like literally reducing childhood poverty by 40-50%?
Well, I only really vote for purely self-interest, right? That's the only reason people actually do vote. If I was like middle class, I would vote Kamala Harris, sure, but I'm not, so I just vote.
Okay, so do you want to like answer what I just said? Like you care more about getting a little bit more percentage of what you have over 400K than children having reduction in poverty.
Yeah. Sorry. I do.
You do?
Yeah. I care about myself more.
But you'd be able to like satisfy everything you need.
What do you mean?
You're going to be fine. If your dad makes a little bit less on the fucking income over 400K, you're going to be fine. You yourself will pay more in taxes through the tariffs. I'm just letting you know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like your taxes will go up for you.
Mine?
Yep.
But I'm not going to be working when Trump is in.
Do you spend money?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be more expensive for you to buy goods because of tariffs.
Yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, we'll still have more money left over.
Okay, so you won't.
Yeah, my dad will.
Oh, so you just...
Yeah, I get my money from my
How long
dad.
are you going to live off your dad, bro?
Until I'm out of college. Until I'm out.
Okay, so you...
Like, I'm sorry, I don't tell you, man. That's helps me the most about Donald Trump. I know he's not a good guy or anything, but that's why I got voted
You're
for him.
willing to vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman so long as
As
you get 4%, your dad makes 4% more on income over 400K.
Are you gonna vote your single, dude? I'm just saying, like, it benefits me to vote Donald Trump the most, so yeah.
No, I'm just so see how you would vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman so long as your dad gets 4% more on his income over 400K.
Is that gonna reflect on his policy?
No, I'm just clarifying.
Yeah,
Obviously,
sure.
Even if it does, if it
question.
doesn't.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think you should like probably think about like how.
Dude, don't vote for someone.
Okay, listen, I want you to listen. Okay.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good way to view people? Do you think that's at all dehumanizing? To say that you deserve so much, and other people deserve so little that they can die.
Life isn't fair wear helmet, you know. That's how it is.
Okay, would you get rid of food stamps if it meant giving your dad a tax cut?
Food stamps? Yeah, definitely.
Would you cut Medicare if it meant giving your dad a tax cut?
Well, that would affect. What's Medicare again?
Means health care for people over 65.
Well, when I'm old, I'm gonna definitely need.
And for people who have disabilities, get Medicare in plenty of circumstances.
I'm gonna need that when I'm older, so no.
So you're gonna need it when you're older.
Yeah.
Who says you won't need social services when you're older? Or like your children might need the child tax credit. Push the paper credit. You're gonna have children, right?
Hopefully, but that's like.
Yeah. If there was an increased child, don't you think you getting Medicare is more in the future than that?
Yeah, but Donald Trump's not gonna be in office when I'm 65 or like when I have children, so I don't see how that's relevant.
Yeah, but like I mean, like, would you get rid of these particular things? Would you get rid of Social Security if it meant giving your dad a tax cut until you're 65?
Social Security?
Yeah, like they would get rid of Social Security and then only implement it back once you turn 65.
Wouldn't that like be?
Would you do that?
Well, what would be the consequence of that? Except like
people don't have Social Security, so some people literally fucking die.
Would that affect me negatively? Would that affect me negatively if I did that? Yo, hold on, stop with the soundbite bullshit. Would that affect me negatively?
You are so sociopathic. It's actually disgusting, dude.
Dude, that's how the world works, man. You can't blame it.
No, it's not how the world works. It's
You
how,
can't say-
it's what you bring to the world. No, it's not how the world works for me. It's not how the world works for my family or for the people I grew up with. It's how the world works for you because you're so deluded into believing that no one else deserves anything. Okay?
That's why we have
You're willing to
capitalism,
let
man.
people. You literally said you're willing to let people die. Just think about that for a second. That's so fucking
Dude, people die
sociopathic.
when
It's
you buy
unbelievable.
People die when you buy your phone, bro. You think your phone wasn't labor free?
Well, I think that
Yeah,
I think that
yeah,
any of
so
those
what's
things.
up with the
Oh,
working
okay,
people?
wait. So do you think that that's justifiable that people died?
I think we wouldn't have a society today if it wasn't for slavery, for pain, for all this shit what's happened.
So you
I
think
we
slavery is
wouldn't have-
justified?
No, but I'm saying like
No?
pain, everything.
So wait. So then why are you
the shirt you're wearing was
okay? You
probably
understand that
inside.
you understand we wouldn't be on this land if it wasn't for colonialization, but that does not mean colonialization is justified. Do you realize
I
what
don't
I'm
think-
saying that is to say?
I don't think it was a
garbage
good.
description. Like, what are you talking about?
I was.
Of course we wouldn't be here, right? The
Yeah.
conditions that happened didn't happen if that wasn't true. But that does not mean that it was justified. There are plenty of things that have happened throughout history that are disgusting things.
Oh, I'm not saying it was justified. I'm just saying that it wasn't a good thing. We wouldn't be where we are today if it didn't happen. That's just a fact, right?
That doesn't
America
mean
was built on slavery, Parker, and it still happened.
listen, that does not mean it's justified. That does not mean slavery is
I
justified.
didn't say it was.
Slavery
What's-
is not justified, even though that's something that came before us. I don't understand what your point is.
What do you mean by justified? What's your definition of justified?
Like moral. That's what I'm saying.
Moral? Yeah, sure, it's not moral, but I don't vote based on morals. I vote on what benefits.
That's just
me.
fucking stupid.
How is that stupid? How is that? Like, can you explain how that's stupid? What makes it stupid?
Would
Parker?
you vote for Hitler?
Vote for him? No, of course not. He's a dictator, and he would like take my money away. That's dumb.
No, let's say that he would make you like a top Nazi official.
Would that affect my family?
Yeah, it would positively impact your family.
It would. And what would he do? He would do this thing he did.
Yep. Holocaust, everything. This guy's insane. Do you see this? The fact that you're laughing at that is really.
I do it, bro.
You-
I do it. That's how humans work, dude.
Dude, like I just like every once in a while, I just like get through like the most insane fucking people, dude. Jeez. What the hell? What the hell, man? Oh, dude, I'm about to just hit a restart on the live. Like, actually, chat. I'm not trolling. Jeez, bro, that was so wild. I don't know why this account isn't working at all. It's really weird. It's really weird. I don't know. I'll try without a background. Maybe that would help. He literally said that he said that he would become a Nazi official so long as it benefited his family. Like, he would vote for Hitler so long as he would become a Nazi official. Like, seriously. Like, that was, like, actually insane. Someone in the chat said, so what, bro? Like, dude, like, are you, like, okay? What do you mean, so what, dude? What do you mean, so what? Like, do you not realize how fucking insanely sociopathic that is? How, like, bad that is? Do you want someone like that, like, literally, like, viewing, like, you and your children that way? No, I'd think that, like, I'd want someone to care for, like, you know, basic human rights. You know what's up, how old are you? Literally would join Hitler in literally massacring people just because it benefited him. Yusuf, how old are you?
Hi, I'm 25.
Did you vote
About
Trump?
to be 26.
Did you vote Trump?
I did not. I voted for Kamala and Harris.
Kamala and Harris? That's crazy. You're good. Appreciate you though. That's honestly a first. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Should I just hit a restart? I don't know what's going on. I mean, I probably shouldn't be like risking this account if it's not gonna send out either. Michelle, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Janaya, thank you so much for the $3. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What state do you live in?
I don't live in America.
All right. Let's see if we can get people up here. Yeah, chat. I think I might just try to hit a restart, and if it doesn't work, just go to my third account, because there's no worth it to.
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Did you vote Trump?
Wait, sorry, my audio is going down. Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up, Aaron? How you doing? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why so?
So first, we'll start with the abortion law. Do you know who made the founder of Planned Parenthood?
Do you think that because something is found a particular way, that means that the current mechanism is that way?
But I'm asking, do you know who founded?
What was the United States of America founded on?
I mean, you answered.
It was founded by slave owners, right? Does that mean the current United States of America is ran by slave owners?
No, not at all.
Okay, so what's your point?
The studies, if you look at the studies, you do realize that...
Jake, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
By a person who doesn't like black people.
What'd you say?
The Planned Parenthood was actually founded by a very racist person.
So are you saying that it's racist to be pro-choice?
I mean,
is that your argument?
A person who literally...
I'm asking, are you making the point that it's racist to be pro-choice?
I mean, kinda. I mean,
wait, dude, hold up. You think it's racist to think it should be legal for women to get access to abortion? Like, what type of insane shit is that, bro? Come on.
Hold on.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. So let me break it down to you. Let me break it down to you.
Yeah, explain to me how every pro-choice position is racist. I'd love to hear it.
So let's see. You do realize that it was founded to control the black population.
Wait. Just because something is founded a particular way, does that mean that's how it currently is?
Look at the statistics.
Does that mean it's how it currently is?
There's more black babies being aborted than born in...
When you restrict women's access to abortion, are you disproportionately restricting black women's access to abortion?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But
you're not?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's pretty racist to vote for that.
Is it pretty racist to vote for policy that disproportionately negatively impacts black women? Whether it be in the context of the medical healthcare industry, right? And secondly, through the context of restricting their access to abortion, which would disproportionately impact like women of color?
I mean, you got a point there.
And then also like force women into like family settings that would literally make their socioeconomic conditions worse off. When people have access to abortion, it increases their socioeconomic conditions. So I think so much.
I forgot to mention, I do think in some situations it is, right for that to happen. But I do think that, these past, these years, it has been founded to, it was made for black women to get abortions. That's what it was founded on.
Then again, you're saying because something is founded on something, right? Even if let's assume that's true, right? Let's assume that position is true. Just because something's founded on something doesn't mean it should be that way.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Now, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you know that not slavery, sorry. Push the victory, thank you so much. Do you know abortion has existed throughout history? There's conversation about abortion in the Bible. So can you please explain to me how it was specifically within America targeted to impact specifically black women when it is the case that it was literally happening for thousands of years?
Well, yeah, it was, people were going to do that, but this was made legal for,
Wait, you said abortion in of itself, every pro-choice position is predicated off of racism. That's what you argued, right? Thank you so much, Kelly. You argued being pro-choice is to be racist.
Not necessarily, no, not like 100%, but I do think there's
So then can you explain to me why my position is racist?
I mean, you're supporting someone who founded that. Like,
when did I support them? Wait, do you think Trump should be? Did you vote for Trump?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't vote, but I would vote for Trump if I could go back.
So you would support someone who actively didn't rent to black people, who actively said that Barack Obama was born in Africa because he's black, right? When there's a birth certificate of him born in the United States and denied his birth certificate, who called for the execution of the Central Park Five, right? Who were exonerated based on DNA evidence.
Trump made let me pull up my thing real quick. Put up.
He left. Okay. All right, everyone. I don't know whether or not I should just hit a restart. I think I should. I think I should just try one more. I'm gonna try one more. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Kelly, I appreciate the level up. Thank you so much. I'll be right back. Literally, give me 30 seconds, everyone. I'll be right back. I promise. Anyone who's up, come right back.